We're going to do something I've never done before, which is thrift in an hour. Now, believe it or not, most of my thrift trips are 3 hours long, mainly because I go through all the racks really thoroughly. I try everything on that I can, and I'm filming, which takes a bit of time. But today I only have like roughly an hour to thrift, so I thought it'd be fun to challenge myself to see what we can thrift in an hour with a $20 budget. The main things on my wish list are basically things for a Midwest summer. I'd really love to find dresses, colorful tops. I've recently been hyper fixated on graphic tees, so I love to find some of those, and cowgirl boots. That would be the dream. Enough talking, I think we gotta get thrifting. We're running out of time.
I thought the perfect place to do this challenge was Restored in Stillwater. This is a local Christian thrift store, and it not only has fitting rooms, I feel like it's a perfect size. It's big but not too big, and they have a pretty decent selection of things, especially shoes. So that is where I zoomed to first. I thought that'd be the easiest thing to check off the list, to try and find those cowgirl boots. I did find some Dolce Vita heels, and you guys know I love this brand. They make such good comfy shoes, but unfortunately I didn't really love that style very much. I also thought these Steve Madden sandals were adorable. I don't have a reason to get them, so I left them behind, but so cute. Also, these flip-flops, iconic. But unfortunately, the only things somewhat resembling cowgirl boots were these, and these are just simply not cowgirl boots. So I quickly made my way to the dresses. You guys know I've been on the search for dresses for a Midwest summer and just for my life in general. I actually have a video going out on Thursday going through my dresses and kind of talking more about why this is important to me. But it is very hard to thrift. I have not had the best luck, so I was really hoping here I could maybe find some. I was trying to go as fast as I could while not missing anything, and I was shocked to see I had only been in the store for 5 minutes, so I was feeling good. I felt like I could definitely slow down a little bit and kind of take a breath, and I realized that an hour is actually a pretty decent amount of time.
I think that's all they have for dresses. Well, those dresses and skirts. Maybe this fancier?
I thought I was done with the dresses, but on the other side was kind of more the formal dresses, sort of. So I was looking through those. Really, the only one that interested me was this bandana kind of style one. It was short and red, and both of those things I do not love. I really wanted to go to the shirts next, but that aisle was all full, so I decided to pit stop at the pants. I definitely have been into colorful pants lately, but didn't find any that I loved. But I did find this pair of Levi's, and anytime you find a pair of Levi's thrifting, I feel like it's just so fun. It just feels like you really scored. This pair, though, was beautiful in this beautiful wash. It was only $6. It also was in my size. I mean, at least according that I could tell. Levi is always really tough with the sizing, but I was really excited about it. Not that I need any more jeans, but for this challenge I didn't know what I'd find, so we threw it in. These vintage white pants were so cool. They had a little bit of like a Western flair to them. Let me know if you know what PS jeans are. I didn't like, though, the top, how they kind of had that trouser look. It's just personally really not my style, but sweatpants are, and I love that these were colorful and kind of wide leg. But then the sense came into me and I was like, Molly, no, you do not need sweatpants right now. I was actually so shocked at this pair of leggings that looked so similar to the pants that I saw in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Wild. And I could not figure out what brand this was, but these pants were so fun. Not only were they orange, but they were super wide leg, and so like they almost give that skirt look. They didn't quite look like my size, but I thought it would be really fun to try them on anyways. And I love the idea of those blue linen pants, but as you guys know, I already have a pair very similar to that from Quince that I absolutely love, so those were a pass. Once I finally got access to the tops, I was cruising. It also really helped that it was color coded, so I could skip over the black and gray sections, and every second matters because I always go through all the sizes. This orange sweater caught my eye from Pink Rose. Such good quality. I love that it was cropped, but it also was a sweater, and I want to thrift for a Midwest summer. I'm keeping summer alive right now. I can't even honestly think of it ending, so the sweaters I found were really good finds, like this one from Aerie, but I just can't do it right now. I'm sorry. I can do crewnecks, though, because crewnecks just feel like the essence of a Midwest summer, especially this one that says Sconny on it, short for Wisconsin. Oh my gosh, this is adorable. I didn't love the light pink shade. I didn't feel like that was really in my color season, but we decided to try it on because it was just too cute of a concept. Like I said about pink, I've been recently trying to find the right shade of pink for me, and I feel like this brighter one is a little bit better, so I was really excited to try on this button up because it definitely was a really rich saturated pink that I feel like could be right. Because I had some time, I decided to go to the junior girl section. A lot of times, because shirts are so cropped, they tend to go in the little girl section, but it's actually for women, so I skimmed through there. The only really thing that I found was this Abercrombie kids like Monet crew neck, and I really liked it actually, but I could tell the sleeves were a little short. After that, I decided to switch things up completely and make my way to the men's section. I thought there was a pretty good chance we could find a graphic tee there, so I started flipping through those, and believe it or not, I found another sconny crew neck. This one's super cute, but just not really in the color combination that I love, but I still wanted to try it on. I do not know where people are getting these or if they're just getting them custom. I also thought this Jesus crew neck was kind of cool. I definitely have been wanting like a Christian crew neck, something that represents Jesus. I feel like this one's a little too bold for me, but still really cool. And honestly, the quality of that one was very, very nice. With 37 minutes left, I decided to go to all the little places that I hadn't been to yet. I looked through some of the fun little handbags and wallets. I didn't find anything that I absolutely loved. Honestly, a lot of it felt pretty cheap, but you really never know, so it's always fun to dig through these. I was able to go through this long sleeve section that I wasn't able to before, and I found this green cardigan where on first look, I thought it had potential, but I was like, no, I don't really need it. But as I kept going, I was like, wait, maybe this is good? Like, what if it's perfect? So we decided to try that on. I like that it's a little bit lighter and thinner. And this pink button up was so cute, so similar to the other one, but the fabric of it felt really rough and not comfy. So I just know that it's not worth it at that point.
I think we looked through everything.
At the halfway point, I decided to go to pajamas. A lot of times things can get misplaced there, and honestly, I wouldn't mind having another pair of pajamas if they were good, but they didn't really have much. They had a lot more robes, and honestly, it was just sparse in the pajama aisle. I did also check out the belts, but nothing was really calling to me. They kind of looked a little rough.
Sorry about the lighting, but since we have time, I'm gonna go through the dresses one more time.
I was really hoping with this last look over of the dresses that I would have found something that I missed. I did find this brown Gap dress, but not my style of dress. I don't like things super form-fitting. It's not very summery. I know I would never wear it, but a good find. I love brown. I love Gap. Probably the best last-minute dress that I found was this one from Knox Rose. It was like new, it was blue with a fun pattern, and it was maxi too, but it just was not in my size, which is so sad. When I checked the time, not gonna lie, I was shocked that it said we had 25 minutes left. You guys, this is just so unlike me. This never happens. I take forever to thrift. So I looked over a couple last-minute things, and I think it's time to try this stuff on. They, praise the Lord, do have fitting rooms, so I was very excited about that. So what do you say with this last 20 minutes? We try to try on as much as we can. But hold up, I was feeling actually a bit confident, so we decided to do a little fit check before that. My pants are PacSun. I got them at Plato's Closet. So cute. I love these. And my tank is Brandy Melville that I dyed in this cute coral color. Okay, let's try on. We started out with a light pink Sconny crew neck. This was really, really cute. The quality wasn't necessarily the best, but it still felt nice, if that makes sense. I love the embroidery on there. It was a little big. I do like oversized though, so maybe it was just my jeans with it. Definitely trying it on though made me realize that this isn't my pink color at all. Look at how washed out and sick I look. I just don't really look very lively in this color. But the saying and font was so cute, and I feel like for the right person, if this was your color, this would be absolutely perfect. Next, we tried on this hot pink button up from a brand called Marled. I've never heard of this brand, so let me know if you guys have. I actually love this button up with this outfit, so I was trying to decide if the pink was going with the outfit or actually going with my skin tone, if that makes sense. Because I have just lately been so obsessed with pink and orange together, and this looks so adorable with the jeans too. I loved it. But this button up had like a stretchy, slippery feeling to it, so I went to check what it was, and it's cotton, nylon, and spandex. If you can kind of imagine what that would feel like. It just feels slippery and kind of cold. I flipped the camera around to see how this looked on my skin tone, so you guys can kind of see a little bit better, sort of, how it looks with my face and everything. Do you think this is a good pink color for me, or is it too overwhelming? I don't know. I do know though that we only have 14 minutes left to try everything on, so girl, I gotta get going. I really did enjoy this blue Sconny crew neck. This one fit a lot better. It actually felt like it was exactly my size. I really love this royal blue color. I just wish that the red was a different color. If it was orange, pink, yellow, literally anything other than red, I would have gotten this. The embroidery felt like really good quality. The crew neck itself was a little thin-ish. You could just tell it wasn't like the highest quality crew neck, but still really nice. I love this, and I am definitely going to be looking into where these are sold, how to get them. I need all the information. Next up, we tried on the really bright lime green cardigan, and with 11 minutes left, we had to go fast. So I didn't unbutton the buttons. I just threw it on. And I was genuinely shocked that I almost didn't try this cardigan on. I love this color combo, by the way. How bright it is. This looks so fun. I loved how thick and soft this cardigan was. It was super, super soft, and you could tell it was well made. The buttons felt really good. I will say though, the sleeves, I do not like the 3/4 length sleeves on a cardigan. I wanted it to go all the way down to my wrist, and I just feel like it gives it a look that I don't just love. I don't know if it makes it look a little bit more outdated. I overall though loved the color it added to, especially this outfit in particular, but I just was unsure if I would wear it very often or if it was the look I was going for. I just wish it was in the same color-ish, but in a different style cardigan. But we are on a time crunch, so we put that aside to figure out later, and we were trying on these Levi jeans. These had like 1,000 buttons to button up, so that definitely took a little bit of time. Not gonna lie, I was annoyed at how well these fit, minus the waist. For me, this typically happens, so there definitely was a gap there, but everything else looked and felt so good. I'm not even joking when I say this. I have the best luck thrifting denim, jeans, pants. I don't know what it is, and I don't need any more of them. Like, I need dresses, tops, cowgirl boots. Now that I know that I like this style and size-ish from Levi's, I definitely will be keeping my eye out and maybe even looking on their website to see if there's any cute styles. But for now, denim jeans are just not on my wish list. Next, we tried on the very wide leg orange pants, and with 7 minutes left, I was very glad that these were easy to get on. If it wasn't for the waist being a little bit too big for me, I might have snagged these. Look at how wide the legs are. I love the orange, so fun. I kind of tucked them in to where I would like them to fit on me. I just love an extra wide leg. I think it looks really flattering with my body type, and I just overall feel very confident in them. And orange bottoms. I've been pinning a lot of orange pants, and I have that orange skirt that I absolutely love. So I don't know what it is about orange pants, but I am obsessed lately. I am into it. I wish we had had more dresses to try on, but we did have this cute little orange one. Unfortunately though, I was struggling trying to get this on. I could not figure it out until I realized it's a romper. It's not a dress. I was trying to fit into a romper. Racing against the clock, we got everything all situated with 4 minutes to spare, so let's talk about this romper, not dress. Basically, as soon as I put it on, the sleeves started slipping. This is probably one of the more overstimulating things that a girl deals with, is things slipping off of your shoulder. I will say though, normally I am a romper hater. I feel super insecure in them. I feel like they never frame my body very well, but I loved this one. I liked how loose it was while also staying fitted, and I liked how it fit the top like chest area really well. I also love the sleeves. I just wish they could have stayed up, but I felt like this romper was so flattering, and I love the orange colors. The sleeves were just driving me crazy. And I didn't think it was possible, but with this 1 hour thrift challenge, I even had time to put on my lipstick, which is incredible. We did so good. We ended up thrifting, trying on all in exactly 1 hour. I cannot believe it.
Okay, you guys, how good did we do? That's probably the thing I'm most impressed with, is how well we did with the time. I feel like it helps too that their store, I wouldn't say it's small, but it definitely isn't like massive. I wonder if I did it at a Goodwill, if it would be the same, or if they kind of have the same amount of stuff. I don't know. We sadly did not come home with anything. And I have a few reasons, and as you guys know, I am very picky. I try my best to be selective about what I'm bringing home. When you thrift, you see a lot of good things, but I've seen someone on TikTok say, is it cute or is it just the cutest thing compared to everything else around it? And I try to think of things that way, and I am going to be going thrifting with my mom pretty soon here, and I have a feeling we might find some even better things. So today just wasn't, I wouldn't want to say like a dud at the thrift store, because I found a lot of really cute things, but I wanted to try and stick with my wish list. So the pants, like the Levi jeans, which were so good. We just thrifted some jeans in Santa Fe, which was so fun, and I just felt like I would way rather have and invest that money into tops and dresses, which is something I've been talking about forever. So the main 2 pieces that I was really conflicted on is that cute green cardigan and the pink button up. Both of those were a little off. I don't know if it was this, it was a mix between the style of the cardigan I didn't completely love, and then for the button up, it was the fabric. It felt a little slippery, and I just feel like that would keep me from wearing it, but I loved it with this outfit. And that's another thing too, that when I love something with an outfit that I'm wearing currently, it's hard because I'm like, but would I wear it with other things in my closet, or does it just happen to go with this outfit and I wouldn't really wear it with anything else? And that's kind of what I thought about with the pink one, and it was $5. And like I said, I will remember it for the next thrift trip, because instead of putting it towards that, sometimes I think to myself, I'm like, if I put it back and I left it, would I be like glad I have $5, or would I keep thinking about it? And honestly, I would have rather had the $5, and I would have rather had a dress or cowgirl boots or something like that. And I think too with the cardigan, my thought was that I do already have a lot of cardigans, and I would rather invest in either dyeing some of my old cardigans that color, or just getting a better style that I feel like I'd wear more and that would look more updated to 2025, you know what I mean? I think this is the first time that I've ever been in and out of the thrift store in an hour in a very long time, with trying on too. I kind of thought to myself, maybe we wouldn't be able to do the try-on in an hour because that often takes a long time. Plus I'm like coordinating and really trying to decide. Like I really evaluate a lot of the stuff and I'm just like staring at it, but we did it. As you can tell, I'm just blown away. I had very little faith in myself that I could do that, but that was really great. I really enjoy Restored. They're so nice. It's so calming. It's a Christian thrift store and it's just very well organized. Sometimes Goodwill and Savers can get a little bit like, there's people everywhere, there's stuff everywhere, but this was just very nice. The prices are amazing. I wish I could have found something because I would have loved to support them, but it wasn't my day. It wasn't my day, which we've been kind of on a roll with thrifting, so I feel like it was due time that we had kind of a bummer day. But honestly, I still don't see it as a loss because the stuff we found was really great. I feel like there's just a couple things wrong with one of the two pieces, which speaking of which, I probably already mentioned this, but those sconny crewnecks, I am about to order some online. I don't know where people are getting those. I think they're so cute, or I want to make some myself. Maybe honestly I could DIY that on a crewneck. I think that'd be adorable. Like that's so cute. So I will definitely be looking into that now. It definitely gave me an idea for that, and that is a win right there, honestly. I am getting hot. I'm melting if you can't tell, but yeah, gotta get going. I am hot. If you liked this kind of video, this thrift challenge, let me know if you liked it or if you have any other ideas for a thrift challenge. I feel like that would be so fun. I thrift so often that it's fun to kind of switch it up sometimes, so let me know your thoughts if you liked it, or if you just like a good old-fashioned take your time, go through everything thrift video, that's totally fine too. Just let me know. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe to the Laundry Chat. I put up videos every Monday and Thursday, and I will see you guys in the next one.